Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached the number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere on this planet. He is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing everything pro wrestling. I am the one and only Sean Hubbard, representing Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. And collectively, we are Clash of the By God podcast. We're happy to be with you guys. The month is flying along. We are on the doorstep of AEW Forbidden Door, as you can see at the UBS Arena right behind me. Got a lot of stuff going on right behind Conrad as indicative of what we're going to be talking about as it relates to the old school WCW stuff from the documentary on Vice. We got crazy content for you guys tonight. We're fired up about it. God is good. I'm feeling good. Conrad seems to be feeling good. I hope y'all are feeling good. We're in the building, man. It's Clash of the Podcast. Let's get it done. Conrad, my brother from another, drop that thing.
We live, baby. We live. Man, Clash of the Podcast, episode 95. Definitely going to be a big one. Listen, I'm about to tell you all the easiest ways to help us out. Number one, hit like. Number two, subscribe to both of our channels. Sean's is down below. I even fixed the Nightbot. The Nightbot one is going to pop up with the right one today. And if it doesn't, we're blaming Nightbot because I know I updated it. I went in. I checked it. He about to check me right now. I'm worried. It's like a teacher checking the homework.
Nah, you got a good heart, brother. You fixed it. Thank you.
We back, baby. We back. Now I can talk crazy all I want this week.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Like I said, like the video, subscribe to both the channels, leave a 5-star review on the audio platforms. I don't care if it's Spotify, YouTube Music, wherever you are. Leave us a 5-star review. Make sure you're checking out Hubbonomics. I'm sure Sean's going to be making a playlist of all those quick 20-minute episodes in and out, but it's good topics with in-depth thought.
Yes,
just
sir.
Enough time to get into it, man.
Thank you.
Sean was also he was helping out as well. He was on Narcolepsy Boy 94. Shout out to Malik, 6-pack. We see you, brother. He was over there talking a little AEW. I had to tell him, hold me down, bro. Don't let them go in there dogging, talking crazy, because sometimes people do that. But it's all love. I appreciate all of you guys who did that show. I got to check it out from the beginning.
We've been busy.
We stay busy over here. It's summertime. We outside, as they say.
Outside.
And another way to help is what Joel has done here. Super chat. Happy Monday, guys. Can't wait for Forbidden Door. Joel, we appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. People think those super chats don't do anything. It goes a long way. It really does. I haven't seen any of the money yet, but it goes a long way, and it's much appreciated. So thank you for that.
Over on Threadless, the Hub Wrestling Weekly Threadless, $16 t-shirts, man. We dropped the price for y'all, man. We dropped the price for y'all. $16 t-shirts, man. Affirmations, professional wrestling sayings, the custom catchphrases that you catch right here on Clash of the Podcast. You know what that means. Yo, get you a t-shirt, man. $16. We dropped the price in half for you guys, man. So we're trying to do some big things over here.
I got TeePublic as well. If you guys like some old school pro wrestling shirts, we got some video game stuff in there. We got some mixes. Shout out to Designs by Rob. Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot has helped me out with a couple designs. I'm trying to think of who else. Derek even put up a design, so we'll give Derek his credit too.
I know you already touched on it, but I want to say a really, really strong thank you. There have been some people that have really, I'm talking about really out of their way, been supportive of Hubbonomics. I mean, Clown, Ray, Quilly, like people have come over, Joel, like people have really checked it out and are really starting to like it, to the tune of my Ricochet episode getting 1,000 views.
That's
1,000 views. That is some EPW type numbers, bro. And I know Conrad will be like, cut it out. It's the truth. Those are EPW type numbers. So thank you guys so much. The Hubbanomics thing is really popping off. And this coming Friday before SmackDown, the next episode of Hubbanomics will feature none other than the final boss, the return of The Rock. So thank you guys so much, man. Myself and Conrad are staying busy, and we appreciate you guys.
We're getting there slowly but surely. Let's go down the list here. Shout out to Vinny. Happy Monday. Got a flight.
The only Vinny we like.
Tonight. Only Vinny we like. He's got flag football again tonight for going for my 6th interception. Okay.
God bless you, man. Get your Dion on.
Appreciate you, Vinny. I'm not a Dion fan. He messed up a lot of stuff for us, and he got that touchdown late in his career. So I ain't gonna say no Dion props, but you go out there and be the CB that you want to be.
There you go.
Quill says, Conrad, Sean, and chat. Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my 2 favorite bros, CJ and Hub, for episode 95. Here's a recent throwback for you, the Kyle Williams edition of Clash of the Podcast.
Not bad.
He comes in, I'm pretty sure that Raw will be another sleeper. So besides myself, who's looking forward to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup tonight? We were just talking about this.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I'm not a hockey guy. I'm a football, basketball, baseball guy. Shout out to my Mets, though. They're confusing me. Like, they're playing well. It's like I don't know what to even do with myself right now. But shout out to my team. But anyway, I'm a big fan of history. But I'm torn because I know Conrad wants Florida to win. So I don't want to go against my brother, but at the same time, I'm a big fan of history. I believe since the first time since the 1940s that somebody has a chance to come back from 03. Wow.
We'll see what happens tonight. I'm interested. I hope Florida gets it together, though. This is going to look like a big fumble.
A collapse of all collapses, man.
Yeah. Clown. Afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. What up, Clown?
Same to you, Clown. Thank you for the support, man.
Appreciate you, Clown. Good dude. Who's going to get the cup, Sam Reinhart or Connor McDavid? Ooh, we'll see, man. We'll see what's going to go down with that. Hopefully at some point during the podcast, I get to hear Conrad Shivani. You never know. You might. You might tonight. Clown says, got to go for the Canadian team. It's been too long since they've won, and Florida is shook that the Oilers were able to come back. Yeah. Yeah,
you got to know that those knees are knocking, man, in the Florida locker room.
Let's see here. Jocelyn on YouTube. What's good, Jocelyn? Repeat after me. Is it Naptown?
Naptown. That's what she said.
Naptown. Not Indianapolis. That's too proper. We're going to talk about that in the news.
Shout out to you, Jocelyn.
McKinney, he said, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat and the Rock and Sock Connection of podcasts.
I'll take that.
Clash of the podcast. And to let y'all know, a person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. That is true for business, especially.
Yes.
Let's go EPW. I appreciate that, McKinney. Ray Thompson. Ray, I know someone in your family. We won't put names out there, but I'm going to say happy birthday. A special birthday shout out from the Clash of the Podcast, Everything Pro Wrestling, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, Ray.
Happy birthday. M. Leezy Fo Sheezy. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a blessed weekend, and let's kick this week off right with the 2 best in our pro wrestling community. Thank you, M. Leezy. Thank you for the support for EPW on Wednesday nights. Thank you for the support on Hubbanomics. I see you in the chats every other day whenever I put them out. And, of course, thank you for being here at Clash of the Podcast. We appreciate you.
Matt always is the first one to retweet, tag us in a Follow Friday. Yes. So always appreciate that. Thank you.
Very much so.
B-Boy Skyline, he's talking about AEW Buffalo this Wednesday. He said, will MJF talk trash about Buffalo, New York? I'm certain of it, sir. That's what people do when they come here. I'm sure we'll hear the Super Bowl joke. Someone's going to say it. Absolutely. So, har.
The greatest team of all time to never win a Super Bowl, the Buffalo Bills of the 90s.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
The truth.
Thank you. He does like Lenova's Pizza. Me and MJF had a face-off one time when he was still on the Indies before he started in AEW. People don't know that. XG Dub says, Ayo, what up?
Another major supporter, man. XG Dub, I saw you, man. I saw you a couple days ago. Thank you for always being so supportive, man. It's just, you guys are awesome, man. This gathering that we have every Monday, you guys are great.
Matt Lopez, Chad Gable coming back from the dead to face two monsters.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, bro.
No. I want people to vindicate
so
me and
stupid.
Sean. No, I want vindication. We told y'all last week about Chad Gable. You don't know what's going to happen. He might face Sami Zayn again. What happened?
He got killed, figuratively.
Yeah, and if he wins Money in the Bank and cashes in on this, that's still unacceptable in my opinion.
Agreed.
So play them games if you want to. That's just as bad as what we said with Jey Uso cashing in on the tag team championships. Don't do this, player. I promise you, don't do this.
I don't trust them, and neither should you.
Dougie, hey, everyone. Another Monday. He's teaching you how to Dougie, Doug. What's good, Doug? Appreciate you. This Sunday is looking stacked, not with just the match of the year contender, but with the world championship. But Brian and Shingo Takagi, I can't wait.
Darn it to heck, M. Leezy, not you, M. Leezy, but anybody who says that the AEW pay-per-views are too long, shut up. At least they are extended amounts of time. But you know something? They go 7 out of 9 bangers every pay-per-view. At least they freaking give you your money's worth. At least, and yes, I'm going to reference the same match again because it makes the most sense. At least it's not a major pay-per-view with Zoe Stark versus Rhea Ripley. I'm going to keep saying it from the mountaintops. Zoe freaking Stark at the Survivor Series. At least AEW doesn't put on that kind of garbage. Stop complaining.
Jesse from the Pro Wrestler Shoot says, yo, what's good, Jesse?
Jess has confirmed he will be on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly for the Money in the Bank post-game show.
Money in the Bank.
Shorty, what you drink.
Hey, that was my jam back in the day. That was my jam. Yo, I know I didn't see what I just saw pop up on the screen. Yo, shout out to Delayed Grats. Delayed Grats is often in the on Saturdays. I listen to my boys at Grapsity, Reg and Phil, and Delayed Grats is in there, man. New to this channel, but I'm supporting with cash. Keep going hard and doing it big. Delayed Grats, I appreciate you, fam.
That's very nice, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, man. It is good. I knew someone was going to do this too. James puts Hawk. Hi, James.
What up, James?
And here comes Doug. Inappropriate. I seen the video. I know what you two are doing. It's not together, so I can't say anything. Watch yourselves in there. Filthy. Is it Swerve's house or Osprey's house? Let me see here. Wellamon Production says, you still mad over Minnesota getting robbed? Heck yeah, I'm still mad about that. We're going to talk about that today, too. Mighty funny how everything was confirmed well in advance this time. You sure Vegas isn't going to take it again? You sure?
All of a sudden, Royal Rumble will be in Vegas instead, and they'll give them two extra SmackDowns in Indianapolis.
Oh my goodness!
I'm tired of these cities getting second class treatment after somebody's major cities steal WrestleMania away. I don't care what you say, bro. I don't care if they made SummerSlam 2 nights just for the benefit of Minnesota. I don't care, bro. It's a consolation prize, my G. It's a consolation prize. They got screwed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's all right. When they get in Sweet Saudi WrestleMania, I don't want to hear nothing.
Wow, there you go.
Take that money. Mm-hmm. Take that money. Easy E. Pound Town on Nightbot. E, come on, bro. Hubs, it's nice that you're home in Long Island right now, bro.
Not too far from home in reality, so I'm with you, Quilly.
The Strong Eye.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to check out the IC title video on Sean's channel later this evening. It's a good one.
I appreciate you, man. I love seeing you and your family on Facebook, dude.
For sure, man. He had the EPW mug.
I saw. I gave a shout out. Stop going. You're always taking it. I already gave a. What more do you want?
Wait, time out. I had already replied to it before
Come
you
on,
even did
man.
That.
Golly, I already gave a big post on it on Facebook. Give me a break, Conrad.
I always got to get the plugs in. I learned from the gamer.
There you go.
Let me see. How about the Grimace Mets?
Yo, James DM'd me after they won, I think, their 7th in a row. I don't know what's going on, James, but I don't care, bro. What I'm trying to do is not allow myself to get excited because all of a sudden they're playing well. I don't want to get wrapped up in it just so they start losing 8 in a row like they did to start the year. I'm so confused.
The final boss, Crystal?
Well, Crystal's going to be on my show on July 6th, but I'm talking about The Rock. The Rock will be my subject this Friday before SmackDown.
Yo, crazy. Let me see. Congratulations on the views. They're not easy to get, for real.
I don't know what. I guess people just enjoyed the Ricochet conversation. I was dumbfounded when I checked my numbers yesterday.
Crazy. McKinney said, can this be the last Forbidden Door? TK has bought everyone that was cool in the New Japan and CMLL and AAA. Don't play well together, even in other promotions. Let's just make it a match on TV or something. I don't know. I heard that they were cool. I don't know if that's true or whatnot. AJ and Cena are 2 future guys I'd like to see you do one on. There you go. Some feedback for you, Hub.
Oh, for Hubbard nominee? I could do that. I could probably do that. I got you, Ray. I got you.
Delay Grat says, how does Raw not address their staff was murdered last week? We'll see. I don't know.
I guess my question, Conrad, I like that question by Grat. So how does, like, just use Chad Gable for an example. How does Chad Gable recover from that?
It was.
I'm talking about from a storyline. Like, it looked like he got like banged in the head, right? So how does he recover from that and actually be back in the ring by money? Like, I don't understand.
Bro, they said something and then changed their minds on it. Ilya Dragunov took his place, and then they were like, no, Chad Gable's back. And I'm like, okay, well, you already promised something to Ilya, so wouldn't he have a beef? Like, yo, you promised me something, so now what am I going to get? It's so weird. Very weird.
WWE, guys.
Delay Grant says, I'm rooting for Edmonton because you can actually learn Black history there. Hot take. Hey. E saying happy birthday, appreciate it. Rock and Sock, let me find out Hub about to hit Conrad with a segment. This is your life. Highest rated in Raw history.
You never know. I'll be the Mankind to his Rock. I don't mind. Mankind's a Hall of Famer too.
The Rock thanks you for picking up the glass. One of the best moments, Mick Foley. Your glasses, sir. Rock didn't even know what to say. The Rock thanks you for that. Byron Cutler, what up, man? Appreciate you. Just trying to see if I've missed anybody else.
The only Cutler we like, by the way.
Facts. So, Orange Cassidy versus Trump, the last pay-per-view, wasn't trash and unnecessary for that show? Yo, but McKinney,
come on,
what stories?
See, you guys are cherry picking. Stop. See, Conrad, this is what I'm talking about, bro.
Chad Gable at Sensu Bean. I don't know what that is, McKinney. You may have to enlighten me.
You see how who put that comment up?
McKinney,
that's my dog, but you can't cherry pick these things, man. It was no, come on, like that's like, yo, there was like 7 bangers on that pay-per-view, and you're gonna come on, bro. What are we talking about?
Listen, let's get into this. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna have to try to fly here a little bit too.
Yeah, it's better than a five match pay-per-view when 4 matches stink.
All right, I have AEW up first. Is that what you want to start with?
Listen, you're the boss. Let's get it done.
Look, well, do you want to talk the ratings thing first before we get to the pay-per-view, or save that for the end?
No, we say that for the end.
All right, let me move that down here for us. So we have ourselves a pay-per-view coming up here. It is Forbidden Door. I'm going to be watching on Triller TV. I got to shout out my friends over at Triller because BR is buns. But that's just me talking. That's just
I don't know. Listen, to me, watching on Triller TV is like a foregone conclusion at this point. I'm locked into Triller TV for all things AEW.
I've never had an issue with them.
Never.
I'll say.
Never.
Versus the others. And I know sometimes people are like, well, you guys are on here. You're always supporting that. It's the truth. I promise you. It's just straight up the truth. Let's get into this card. First match I have up here, and I think this would be a good match to kick off the show with. MJF. What do you think here? Versus Hechicero?
Well, Hechicero versus lowercase HHH, I think it's going to be a really good match.
Wow.
What? If you want to dress like him, come on, bro. Like, if you want to dress like him, I'm going to call you out for it. He looks like lowercase Triple H. So, okay, whatever.
I think he had to get past the prep boy look, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but he could have done something. Look, when you wear a jean jacket with leather sleeves, that is a signature. Come on, no, I'm not joking. A jean jacket with leather sleeves is a signature Triple H look. Am I not right? Am I not wrong?
No, 100%.
I mean, so it's kind of like, you know, you got to get what you get with that. But to be serious with you right now, I think the MJ has to win. He has to win.
Yeah, MJF's my prediction as well. I mean, listen, no offense, but this dude's hanging around with the Gates of Cage or whatever they're calling themselves. Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. It sounds good, but MJF's getting the dub here. I don't see it any other way. I'm going to. You can flip either of these women matches, but I'm going to go with this one because this one has story. Hold on, story.
There you go.
Behind it. It is Toni Storm versus Mina Shikakawa. She is the Artist of Stardom champion currently. Timeless Toni Storm will be defending her AEW Women's Championship here. Mariah May is in the figure behind both. The story is that she's caught in the middle of this. And I have enjoyed this. This has spanned it across multiple promotions as well.
Yeah.
They have shown video packages.
Conrad.
I
know you're pissed, but let it go, bro.
No. The video packages, because was that not a comment, Sean?
No, it was.
Because I'm going to get in my bag in a minute when we talk about those low numbers.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm going to get in my bag because you already read some of the stuff I was saying to people.
Yes, sir.
It's a rap Rizzy for that. Honestly, this pay-per-view, it seems like a foregone conclusion to me, right? You too, I would assume, for the prediction.
100%. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Timeless Toni Storm is the best women's professional wrestler currently in the world, in my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. Mine is mine for anybody in the chat. But I think Toni Storm is the best in the world right now, and I think she retains her title.
I think so too. But I hope this isn't the NFC and Mina work with AEW because I think it's been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I like the contract signing. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I have no issues with it. Yeah. Mariah May is going to factor into this. Luther might as well. More on that momentarily. We'll get to that here in a second. Actually, I can jump to it now. Let me verify which one it is here. Here's the updated standings for the Owen Hart Cup. Too many tournaments in wrestling. Shut up. All right, so we just had King and Queen of the Ring. Shut it. And
First of all, King and Queen of the Ring was so bad it might as well not have happened. So
I won't go that far. Well,
I said what I said.
I know. That's Sean Hubbard, where you can send all your tweets.
No, put the camera back on me, bro. You always do that. Whenever I say something controversial, you can't disconnect from me right when I say something. Either we're a team or we're not.
Listen.
We are a team. When you say outlandish things, I back you up. When I say outlandish things, you back me up. Was King and Queen of the Ring not a lousy pay-per-view?
Who won Queen?
Nia Jax won the Queen of the Ring after she nearly killed Valkyria.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. She hasn't done much either since then, right?
No, she hasn't.
I haven't seen her.
So anyway, my point is,
Sean's right.
Come on, man. Listen, I know I get crazy with it, but I know what I'm talking about.
Let's go back to this. So Willow Nightingale has moved on and defeated Serena Deeb. Chris Statlander has defeated Nyla Rose. So the left side of the bracket has been determined. We have Deonna Purrazzo versus Hikaru Shida, which I think is low-key going to be a banger. Shida is the workhorse of this division, in my opinion. Don't ever sleep on Shida. And for anyone who cried a couple weeks ago, why did Mariah May lose to Saraya? Relax, people. Justice is coming. And Saraya kind of needed that win more, too. So Mariah May is my favorite to win this.
Mariah May winning makes sense. Mariah May winning is what's best for the story that's evolving. If this were WWE, I would say you know what that means. But this is AEW, so I anticipate Mariah May to win the tournament as well. I love your call on this one. I hope they don't WWE this. That's all I'm hoping.
I hope so as well.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Is that a shirt? I hope they don't WWE this.
That is getting taken down within minutes.
Okay, sorry. All
right. I just wanted to let you know they will be right.
Okay, I'm just saying. Look, the Then Now Get It Together T-shirt is pretty popular.
Yes, this is true. This is true. But see, that's a play on words. They can't own all those words. If
I put on a shirt, don't WWE this, they'll probably try and cancel me.
Yeah, they're coming in with the quickness.
Yeah.
I'm going over here. Let me see here. Hubs is MJF, the Wish version of Triple H. Come on, Deanna. I don't think it's that bad.
Wait, she said I'm the MJ.
Hubs is. She's asking you. Is
she's
MJF?
Asking? Yeah, I think Deanna, you're always on the mic. Listen. You can't put. Listen, I'm being very specific when I say this, Conrad, Deanna, everybody. It's a jean jacket with leather sleeves. Everybody knows that's Triple H 2002, bro. 2001, maybe 2001. But you know what I mean. Like, what exactly was he trying? Now, I don't know. Is he a Triple H guy? Does he like Triple H?
I don't think we know the truth, really.
Wow. Okay.
I know he was a Punk fan as a kid, but maybe some smoke signals for later, too. MJF has been re-signed. Do not stop falling for this. I see so many articles, MJF, why he picked AEW. He's been with AEW.
Right.
As soon as he did the pout walk home, I'm taking my ball, Tony was like, sign or get out. Pick. I hope that's what he said, I should say. I hope. Let me see here. Delay Grant says Hechicero was super over in CMLL, but he didn't get paired with MJF to win. That's a fact, man. That is a fact. Who gets custody of May? I expect Deanna and Mariah May to go over and face each other in the next round. That would be good, though. Mm-hmm. That would be good. Mm-hmm. Nia Jax will be facing Bayley in SummerSlam. I believe so as well.
I've noticed that Nia, I think that's in response to what's been going on with Nia, and that's a good answer. I think Nia and Gunther have been both off of television, right?
Yep, to protect them.
Yeah.
Don't want them losing before. I don't know why you booked like 2 pay-per-views in between them getting their title shots.
They've done this before, though. They've done this before, and it worked. Brock Lesnar won his championship opportunity by winning King of the Ring in June. Mm-hmm. And then you had the pay-per-view in July, and he got the chance to get the title in August.
Right, but they switched the belt to Rock back then. One of the best triple threat matches you'll see in
Vengeance, 100%. But so you don't think it's the same? No?
It is, but too.
Okay.
Like, it's just a long time, it feels like. With 3-hour Raws, I don't know, something feels different. Deanna says Tony's going to mess this up. Why do you think that? I feel like people have lost hope in Tony, maybe. Maybe that'll be part of it, too. Derek in the house was
I like that. I know you had to skim past it because you don't want to get canceled. I like what Deanna. Okay, I like that. That was good. Deanna, I like that. I can't say it, but I like it.
You could just put his initials on it. There you go.
I like it.
People will know. People are hyped for Raw. When y'all gonna guest on Grapsity? That's gonna be tough for me on the weekends when I'm listening to them because I usually just get home from some Taekwondo lessons with the intern. But if I'm ever free on a Saturday, I would love to go on there. Always. Let's go here. Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. This is low-key a match I'm really looking forward to.
By the way, do me a quick favor, Conrad. Mm-hmm. Just skim through the first 2 matches and get back to this. Get back to this right quick. Literally, just skim 1 second each. Match 1.
Oh, sorry, I just.
Match 2, and now match. Just to bring back my original point. That's 3 bangers in a row. That's 3. We're 3 for 3 on bangers. Okay. Zack Sabre Jr. wins. But I'm just trying to make a point, Conrad. Am I wrong? So far, we're 3 matches in, and there are 3 bangers on the card.
Sean, I'm not going to lie. I think this is one of the tougher matches to predict because I'm going to pick Zack Sabre Jr. as well, but I'm not confident in that pick.
Really?
They love Orange Cassidy, bro. And when people talk mess about Orange Cassidy, I swear to you, I feel like pulling up their YouTube right now. Orange Cassidy is in the highest videos. Orange Cassidy's number 1, and I believe number 2 is Punk, without multiple people being in them. Cosplay Kid Orange Cassidy and Orange Cassidy are the top ones, and then CM Punk. Bro, don't at me with this mess that Orange Cassidy ain't a draw. Maybe he's not as much now. Maybe you could pull that data up, but Orange Cassidy is popular in AEW.
He is.
It worked.
Yes.
I don't think he needs to win here, though. I don't know if there's. You feel Orange Cassidy fatigue?
I think the match will be indicative of the fact it's no fatigue, but I think that Zack Sabre Jr. is going to get the win because it just makes sense to me that Zack Sabre Jr. will find a way to come out on top in a match of these two grapplers. I just don't see Orange coming out on top. But you're right; it could go either way. I'm picking Zack Sabre Jr. just because I have a hunch.
Yeah, Matt's agreeing with us, and Quills. Let me see here. This could be a sleeper match for the night. ZSJ will beat OC, but if OC does beat ZSJ, I wouldn't be surprised. See, interesting. I put a question in the chat for everybody. I just want to see how you guys are feeling. I'll put those comments up.
We're done running down this card. I'm gonna go right now. In my opinion, do you disagree, Conway? We're 3 for 3 as far as banger possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 for 3, and you're about to pull up the ladder match graphic. That's for certain a 4 for 4. So we're gonna revisit this at the end, and we're gonna see, even though this pay-per-view is gonna go 4.5 hours, if it's not gonna give you your money's worth.
Listen, we got a ladder match to determine the new TNT championship, or champion, excuse me. And in this match, we got Dante Martin. Dante, please do not mess up your ankle. I watched that ROH pay-per-view, and I can never forget what I saw that night. Ugh.
That was very, very upsetting, yes.
Mark Briscoe's in this, representing Ring of Honor. You got Konosuke Takeshita, who I kind of want him to win, but I don't think that's going to happen. Jack Perry, I think he's the odds-on favorite, but I do like Leo Rush being in here.
I do too.
And then we still got one more person or a mystery person. I don't know what they're going to do.
Coming. I have to admit, Perry's starting to grow on me a little bit.
Really?
Outside the ring, we're not talking about outside the ring. We're talking about the manipulation of that situation being cultivated into a storyline, right? Okay? Matt Hardy, Edge, whatever you want to call it. Manipulation of real-life situations into storylines. And I like what they're doing with Jack Perry. I'm not going to cap, bro. And I think he wins. I really do. I think he wins.
Yeah. I just think it's foolish to go against him. I'm not saying I'm happy with that, but you gotta get some more steam onto the Elite storyline. This is going to be a thing, especially in July for the Blood and Guts match.
Oh, by the way, big shout out, my guy Derek. I see you, brother.
Oh yeah, we see you, D. Let me see here. Cray in the chat. He's on Twitch watching us. Appreciate you. He said, I think Jericho could put a smell on Cassidy with the orange juice match. I'm not a fan because of that. Ooh.
Couple years ago, but I hear you.
TNT ladder match, more than likely this will go to Jack Perry.
Yep.
Okay. Orange is a great mid-card wrestler, but with his current gimmick, I'd buy Danhausen being the world champion before him. Where is Danhausen?
I don't know where he's at.
Let me see here. And E and McKinney are having a convo here back and forth. New Japan.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Conrad. Brother.
What's wrong?
5 for 5, bro. I am so sick and tired of this AEW pay-per-views are so long. It's too long. Who freaking cares, man? Look at this card, bro. Look at this freaking card. This is crazy. This is not going to be a top 5 pay-per-view, bro.
This match is going to be
like this is crazy.
This match is in the middle of the card, and this main evented a New Japan show in Chicago. I just want to let people know that.
Joel's saying it's going to go till 12. I don't care if it goes to 1 o'clock, bro. If you go to sleep and watch it the next day on Triller on demand, if you got to go to sleep, but stop freaking complaining. Yo, I'm serious, bro. I'm almost as passionate about this, Conrad, as I am about Jey Uso. Maybe even more so. I am so sick of wrestling fans complaining about pay-per-views being too long when it's this kind of caliber of card. What do you have to complain about? This is what I like to call a no bathroom break pay-per-view. A no bathroom break pay-per-view.
Well, now
WWE just put on an event where there were 5 matches and 3 of them were hot garbage. And you complain about a pay-per-view being 10 matches long when there are 10 amazing matches on paper. What are we doing, Con? And I really want you to answer this, Conrad. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we really complaining because this awesome pay-per-view is going on too long? Is that what it's come to? We just have to find something to complain about. So when they put on 10 matches, I don't know what the number is. I'll just say 10 for the sake of argument. 10 matches that are going to be bangers. You're going to come, let's figure out something to come. Oh, you know what? It's too late in the evening. Why does it have to go too long? I mean, you want to talk about like picking for straws. Give me a break.
I've always stood on this point with it. There's a difference between both companies and how they operate with pay-per-views. One company is only charging you $10. I really can't complain about 5 matches for that, I guess.
I can, but I respect your opinion.
Well, I don't like it, is what I'm saying. Right. I don't like it, but you get what you pay for as well. With this, I think they're trying to give you top tier quality. Like they're like, no, I want you guys to know that this is going to be really good. I want you to enjoy this. I want you to have fun with this. Please check it out. It's going to be good. I get it. So, but I'm more on your side with the argument of, there's no beat in this. What do you think here, though? Is it time for Moxley to drop the New Japan title? I know people aren't like as invested, it seems like, lately in the New Japan world.
I think the IWGP World Champion, and I mean this with so much respect, it pains me to say this. I think it's taken a back seat as it relates to the importance of it. With all the departures from New Japan, I mean, Moxley's a legitimate champion, we know that, but I think the title changes hands on June 30th for that reason. I think that if there's going to be a title change on this night, I think it'll be this.
Interesting. I'm not mad at it. I think Naito takes it back. I feel like you got to put some New Japan guys over on this too, just to spruce it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
I wouldn't be mad at it if they end up doing that. Let me see here. Wait a minute. We're going back to this. Truly short form video app like TikTok. MJF versus Hechicero is 5 stars. That's hot garbage.
Wow. Have you ever seen Hechicero wrestle?
Yo, yeah, he's nice, bro. He just had a great match.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Like that's whoa. Okay.
Yeah, he just had a great match with Zack Sabre Jr. Actually, I just watched like half of it on Twitter. Somebody posted it. I was like, that was great.
Hot garbage in what respect? Are you saying it's a poorly booked match, or you think they're not going to deliver? Because this match is definitely going to deliver 100%.
Right. Quill says it makes sense if Naito dethrones Mox. Let me see here. Shout out to E. I see E say Black Wrestling Podcast hosts got to stick together. Yo, check your chat, bro. There was something on IG said pick the belt that Jey Uso could win. That's for Hubs. You preach a Hub. I want my money's worth. See, I agree.
Thank you, bro.
When you pay it, you want it. OC is that dude them haters can. No, I ain't repeating that. Delayed grass. Naito should win. Naito should get it back. Mm-hmm. Joel, international talent isn't automatically lesser if you don't know him. It's streaming versus traditional pay-per-view. Got to remember when WWE was on pay-per-view, they had long nights too. As soon as AEW hits a streaming service, it'll tone that down, in my opinion.
No, I feel you on that. I'm talking about. We're obviously they have a little bit more of a time frame. You're right. When they start streaming, it'll definitely dial down. But what I mean is, WWE dialed way down. Way down.
You cut your match card in half, brother.
Yeah, they didn't cut off 1 or 2. Conrad, keep going, bro. Yeah.
No, and I see people, yay, 5 matches, and I'm like, no.
What are you happy about, bro?
Well, here's how I view it. How do you feel if you're Ricochet? Just pretend you're the dude who doesn't get put on these. How do you feel if you're Ivar? What are you doing every Monday night? Are you getting people over? Does he not see value in you? Is he telling you he sees value in you and you're helping with the brand of the television deals? Like, if you're not on those pay-per-views, bro, you should think more of yourself. That's all I'm saying. You should definitely feel like I should be in that spot.
Thank you, All Elite Wrestling. To your point, Conrad, thank you, All Elite Wrestling, for the fact that you recognize you are charging us $49.95, $99, whatever it may be, $30, whatever. I don't know the exact number, right? But charging us grocery money, but at least giving us a pay-per-view where we're like, wow, I'm glad I spent my money. And you got to remember, see, this is one thing I want to bring up, Conrad. This is very important, bro. Some people still order WWE pay-per-views the traditional way. It's like, when did we start for now? I know probably more people are on the subscribe service. Okay. But WWE, I go, right, I have Optimum. I go on my television, I click pay-per-view. I can order the WWE pay-per-views on traditional pay-per-view outlets.
What's the price?
Let me go right now.
I'm curious.
Because Money in the Bank should be available. By the way, won't be ordering that on my cable service at all. You know what? We're going to do this right now because I got my TV on to the pregame show for the Stanley Cup final pay-per-view. Ooh. Next pay-per-view coming. Sorry, bear with me. One more second. It's not going to take too much longer. Pay-per-view upcoming.
Your boy Matt Lopez said 5-card show is a glorified Saturday's night main event.
$49.99. $49.99 for Money in the Bank.
Bugging. If someone orders that, you are bugging.
Now, Money in the Bank. Now, this is going to prove right now, Conrad, that I'm trying to be fair. You ready for this, Conrad? You're going to be surprised. I'm going to try and be fair. Money in the Bank has become a top 5 pay-per-view. Okay? No argument there as it relates to importance in the company. But you know what wasn't a top 5 pay-per-view? King and Queen of the Ring. King and Queen of the Ring on pay-per-view outlets cost $49.99. So let's bring it back, bro. Let's bring it back. WWE, at least some people are still ordering it the traditional way. Now, my question to you is, if you paid $49.99 for King and Queen of the Ring, did you feel like you got your money's worth?
Wouldn't be me. Oh, Joel, I hope that's not true. I didn't see that yet, if that's true, about in demand. I can see it, though. Pay-per-view is just...
No, pay-per-view is a fleeting thing, but I'm saying as of right now, the bottom line, so you won't be able... Okay, fine. Cool. I appreciate the heads up. But as of right now, as of this very moment, so let's stop. What I'm saying, Conrad, bro, and I want you to take us along because I can go off on a tangent. Stop complaining about... It's like you're trying to find things to complain about. Like, literally, you're saying... I like what Easy said earlier. He was joking around, but like, you know what? The pay-per-view's awesome, but it's too long. Like, go sit down somewhere, bro. Go sit down somewhere. Stop. You're just trying to cook stuff up at this point.
Right. Let me see. I want to give fair due here. Let's see here. I agree 5 matches is low, but it gives the wrestlers a chance to put on 25 minutes. But I do at least 7 matches. I agree. And they're even, sometimes they just have 2-hour pre-shows of just talking. What? No match? No nothing? I don't know. I miss the free-for-all days where it was like, buy this show, and they put like a tag title match on there or something. By the way, we haven't seen those titles, I don't think, on any of these pay-per-views in a while.
Don't get me started.
All right, sorry. That's good. And this pay-per-view is available on US, as Joel is pointing out, though, for those who want to order.
And it'll be $49.99. Well spent, bro. Well spent. Forbidden Door is worth $50. And if you don't think so, you're just being a hater.
Yeah, BJ, appreciate you, bro. And I'm looking forward to the comments. Just wanted to shout you out while you were in here. Let's get to, we have an Owen Hart Cup match. Let's pull this up real quick, Sean. This is interesting as well. There was a lot of, we'll say, crying, for lack of better terms, because I went off a little bit on some of this. We have a match on the show, Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi. I thought they've given a good background to this. Claudio Castagnoli versus Pac. We're going to get to that, too, for what happened with that. Pac has moved on to the next round. Wednesday, I'm going to be seeing Rey Fenix versus Jay White, but we got Jeff Jarrett versus a wild card here. And I thought the talk would be, there's a wild card in this. Who could it be? You know what the talk was? Why is Jeff Jarrett in this? And it made me so flipping mad, dude. How dare you say that to Jeff Jarrett?
It's very upsetting.
How dare you? And listen,
I'm gonna let you cook, Conrad. Go ahead.
Yo, how dare you say that to someone who was actually friends with Owen Hart? You got some gall to go up and talk to someone like that. And I haven't even watched the full 9-minute video package yet because I'm probably sure that the waterworks will start kicking in. Jeff Jarrett was telling the truth. I watched those pay-per-views back in the day. Over the Edge, I want you to go back at some point this week if you didn't like the Jeff Jarrett thing. And I want you to watch as Jeff Jarrett and Deborah had to go out there and perform right after. Jeff Jarrett has tears in his eyes. You're like, go wrestle. How could you do that to him? He felt awful. You know what he did? He went out there like a pro and did it. And I know you could bring up the argument of what happened later, but I'm just talking about that night for right now. He went out there like a pro and did it. Anyone who has an issue with Jeff Jarrett being in this match, kiss my grits. Period. I'm done. I'm not playing these games. Stop hating for the sake of hating. And these are some of the big YouTube accounts. And I'm looking at you, dog. You are hating to hate on some of this stuff. And that's what it is. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how many subs you got. You've only got this many subs. I don't care. I know when you come here, you're getting a quality show that's our actual thoughts, not something that's programmed, not something that's being told to us to feed to you. This is real. So stop that garbage right now. Done. Rant over.
I appreciate that. That's real talk. I love what Deanna had to say, amongst other comments. But Deanna was like, I'm not a big Jeff Jarrett fan, but he has my respect and he deserves to be in the tournament more than others. I mean, it's not even a question, bro. Like, when Jeff Jarrett was announced to be in the tournament, the first thought I had was, obviously. But you're right. People are just cherry picking on, why is Jeff Jarrett in the tournament? Do you do your homework? Do you understand the relationship? It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
It is, man. It is. And I appreciate everybody yelling Sean when Sean was going off, telling him preach. It's the year of the dragon, but Peck, could he be the dragon slayer? We're going to get into it. Shingo Takagi, Bryan Danielson. Sean, is Danielson the favorite to win this, man? It's dragon versus dragon. I like that, too.
6 for 6. Bangers.
But I don't want this.
6. Comment, am I wrong?
No.
6 for 6. This is crazy. Yo, Bryan Danielson should win. Bro, 6 for 6.
Yo,
Conrad, look at me, Conrad. Look at me. 6 for 6, Conrad.
Bro, it's going to get worse as we finish this. It's going to get worse. Bro, look at this, though. If Danielson wins, Danielson and Pac, Ray Phoenix, Jay White, and we still don't know who that wild card is. People are already trying to predict. I don't know. It could be MJF. It could be Will Ospreay. It could be Coco Beware. I don't know who's going to be in this. I don't know who's got that spot, and I got that from E, so we'll credit him half points for that joke. Wow. But it could be anybody, bro. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen for it. I like it. Let me see here. Owen's blood. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I don't even want to bring that up. Yeah. I love Owen Hart, man. Owen Hart was one of my favorite wrestlers in the New Generation era, and it's always good to see. I like that he's being honored now.
May I say something to Dr. Hart right quick?
Go ahead.
God willing, if she ever sees this. To Dr. I want to make sure I get this right. What's Dr. Hart's first name?
Martha.
Dr. Martha Hart. First of all, our love and respect for you and your family. Owen Hart should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. And I want to say I understand why you, Dr. Hart, would have reservations about that. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I know Conrad's face is like, Sean, don't say the wrong thing. I got you, bro. But I just pray that somehow Dr. Hart and World Wrestling Entertainment can find a way to get this guy into the Hall of Fame. That's all I can say at this point, because as much as I understand Martha Hart's feelings more than you could ever know. It's heartbreaking. It probably feels as bad today as it did 25 years ago. I just pray to God. I mean, this is from the heart, Conrad. You know me. I just pray to God somehow they can come to some common ground so that she can feel comfortable with him being in the Hall of Fame. Because Owen Hart was so freaking good. Like, it's heartbreaking. But at the same time, I understand why she wouldn't want that. I get it. I do get it. I never did not get it. I've always gotten it. Why she was hesitant to have him in the Hall of Fame. I get it. It's just, and Conrad, let me know what you think. Like, do you think we should just Do you think we should just like try and just make it happen just out of the respect of how amazing he was, or do you think she continue to stand her ground?
No, I think Martha's going to stand her ground, and I feel like as a fan, I'm just going to respect that. Once I saw her speak on that dark side of the ring, I understood fully her side of it.
Did it come across like I didn't understand?
This is my half of it though. Like, I fully understood. You said you always understood it. I fully got it. Then.
Okay.
And that's fine, man.
I just pray. Owen Hart was just. But if Martha Hart never changes her mind, God bless you. I totally understand.
I see E with the Batman versus Superman reference. Man, yeah, no comment on the Too Cold Scorpio stuff. I saw that.
I heard about. Oh my goodness! And Easy, stop with the emojis, bro. We appreciate you. No emojis like that. Stop it.
Yeah, I gotta skip over those.
We can't even put that on the air, bro.
Delay Grat says, we call him Gomez around here for when he had the stash. Gomez grew millions of wrestling fans into thinking you need a soap opera story to be invested in wrestling matches. AEW doesn't always do that, so people criticize their booking. Me and Sean have said it. I think me and Derek have said it. Dude, WCW existed when we were kids. I'm okay with how AEW tells stories. You may not like it. It's WWE had no one to stop them for 19 years, or excuse me, 18 years. 18 years, bro, just doing whatever you wanted. They've been, as he said, I say brainwashed. You've been brainwashed into thinking some of this stuff is just the way it's supposed to be. It just won't be that way. And even then, I appreciate that Triple H is willing to do different things. I appreciate it. So, like I said, different strokes for different folks, man. Let's see here. We got to hop through this here. I see the comments coming in though, folks. Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie
7 for 7.
Title for title. Yo, Doug, I argued with people who I'm in a group with. We just talk wrestling sometimes. It's just a random group of people from like different groups and stuff I'm in. And they argued with me that AEW had no storytelling. I brought this up, and then they were like, well, no one in America knows who she is. Who's going to these shows in San Jose, bro? What are you talking about? I'm so tired of defending this because people are probably like, you're an AEW defender. That's not even what it is, bro. You're speaking ignorance is what I'm trying to tell you.
Pure ignorance. By the way, 7 for 7. 7 for 7.
Yeah, Mercedes Moné, this is going to crush, and I've seen them wrestle before, so I already know the deal with this, but I think this is going to crush. I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Me too. I mean, 7 for. I mean, I'm picking Mercedes to win. I still think she needs some work on her character. I'm not gonna deviate from that, but her AEW character. But like, bro, like 7 for 7. This is another 7 for 7, bro. 7 for 7.
Yeah, but listen, I think Mercedes wins. I think she finally gets the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. For those that don't know, she was probably supposed to win it. When Willow,
you don't know that. You don't know that. Put the camera back on us. You don't know that. Yeah, she definitely was going to win.
I was gonna say, I got a 20 sitting right here, right now that says if we ever ask.
I'm just messing with you, brother.
But you know what? She was pro and made the right call and said, "Willow beat me.
Yeah,
beat me. You're the first one then." And I don't think she ever hated or anything. She came right in and worked with Willow right after that. Followed up immediately. Respect. There's rumors of other matches on here. I've heard the Learning Tree taking on possibly Hook, Joe, and Shibata. I mean, listen, I ain't the biggest fan of Tree. I'm not a big fan of what Jericho's doing, but that don't sound like a bad trios match, even if it's somewhere sandwiched in the middle here.
8 for 8.
I'm sure maybe the Acclaimed and Young Bucks happen here. Maybe it happens on Dynamite television. You don't need to even do it, really. You don't.
9 for 9.
And what? I mean, it writes itself, right?
Yo, what are we talking about right now, Conrad? Yo. What are we talking about? I don't care if this match started at midnight. What are you, bro? I'm done. I can't do this.
This match is going to be nasty, bro. Nasty. And I mean that in a good way. Bro, I can't wait. Sean, here's the real question, bro.
I can't do this.
Your prediction, though. You say Will Ospreay, best wrestler in the world. I've said the same thing. What do you do in this matchup? This is tough, man. We thought this was the all. Look, I'll show y'all. I got the graphics, bro. I had the sample graphics ready. We thought this was going to be the match. What do they do here? How do they pull this off?
I think the man that I have proclaimed, and I love Swerve Strickland, you know that. I think the man that I have said and will continue to say is the best wrestler alive today will lose at Forbidden Door. And I believe that he will win in a rematch at Wembley Stadium. I'm predicting it well in advance. I'm predicting Ospreay versus Strickland 2 in Wembley Stadium after Strickland wins.
How did they get there?
I don't know how they get there, damn it. Don't put me on the spot like that because I have no idea how they're going to get there.
Well, I'm saying Owen Hart Cup tournament winner gets the shot. I told you.
Wait. Did they? Okay, you know what? Because I might have to amend what I said. They said that they definitely get the shot at Wembley Stadium.
Both people who win this tournament will get world title shots.
Well, thank you for correcting me. Then I appreciate that. If both automatically get the shot, I thought they got the shot. I didn't know they got the shot at Wembley. Okay, cool. So that prediction probably is not going to work out for me. I definitely think Strickland wins. How Ospreay gets back to the main event, he probably won't then. So, but my prediction is that Strickland finds a way to win.
Man, is it I can see MJF versus Ospreay to try to get back into it. I can see Swerve and Danielson at All In. I'm taking Swerve to win. I'm taking Swerve. I don't know why. I just got a feeling Swerve wins. Will's got too much stuff going against him. The bump into MJF, Don Callis family, him not doing that tiger driver when Don tells him. Don's got to be getting sick of it. So
he's getting sick of it to the point where he helps Swerve Strickland win. The problem, I just don't want Swerve to lose his popularity because of interference with Will Ospreay. I don't want people to start booing Swerve Strickland.
He could beat him straight up too. I don't think it's not believable if he beats him.
Well, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I think in Long Island on Sunday night that Will Ospreay, the guy who I say is the best wrestler alive today, is going to take his first loss in AEW.
Okay.
I'm very wrong about the rematch part because you corrected me. The Owen Hart winners are going to get the title shots at Wembley.
But like you said, Will Ospreay or MJF could assert themselves. We don't know when they're doing that Jeff Jarrett match. It's not on my show, so
that's true. But I appreciate you putting me on because I did not. I thought they got title shots. I didn't know it would be at Wembley.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I said I can even envision a 4-way where you find a way to just cause so much chaos and havoc that we need multiple people to do this.
And how awesome is it that we have a world title match on a wrestling show that we don't know who's actually going to win before the match is even announced?
That is a good thing, though. It's good to have scenarios where you could go back and forth in it. This was much better than when we were dealing with the Devil storyline.
I'm clearly being very sarcastic.
Okay, sorry.
WWE, when Logan Paul's music hit at King and Queen of the Ring before, like on SmackDown. Let me ask you a question, Conrad. Let me ask you a question. Let me put you on the spot. When Nick Aldis chat, and I want you to give me your answer to this as well, whether it was the next day, the night of the pay-per-view, whatever the case may be. Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes are in the ring, and Nick Aldis says that Cody's next challenger is going to make his appearance right here and now. From the time you heard Logan Paul's music hit on that night on SmackDown to signify he'd be challenging for the title, how quickly from that music hitting did you know that Cody would retain the title?
The moment I knew who it was. I was actually making dinner at that time. I remember where I was actually. So
literally, when Nick Aldis points his hand to the entranceway and Logan Paul's music hits within the first stanza of his music, you knew that Logan Paul was going to lose.
Yes, but I didn't. I didn't think it would be a bad match, but I was like, he's not winning this. There's no way.
Now, fast forward to Forbidden Door. You have two top profile guys going for the biggest title in the company, and we have no idea who's going to win. My question, what's better television?
I'm leaving it there. Man, we got some good comments popping up, man. I really kind of want to go through all these. Delay Grass, I'm just putting a thing out there. You could do this if you wanted to. If you wanted to run it back, you could switch it and flip it and do something else. Like I said, they've got a lot of time to do it. Amazing car, but where's the story? Too many turnies. Here we go, not cinema. I know. I saw someone saying that Chad Gable's eyes told the story. Let's run through this real quick before we get to the WWE portion.
Yep.
AEW record low ratings. I'm sure you saw like a million different pictures like this, or with Tony Khan with the clown face and the down arrows and all that for the YouTube algorithm. They got 502. First off, I'm disappointed in hearing a lot of people talk about Juneteenth who probably don't even know what Juneteenth was for.
There you
I'm
go.
talking about a lot of big heads that are in the wrestling world.
There you go.
These might be the same people who didn't know what it was when Cody got invited to the cookout.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, they must have a cookout at NXT. And I was like, shut up. Just shut up.
Freaking morons.
Yo, so they got a record low rating. Is it disappointing? Like, Sean, what is your thought on the overall like state, the view of AEW right now? Just your piece on it.
For the sake of you being executive producer of the show, I'm going to show you so much respect, and I'm going to keep this to 30 seconds or less. It's devastating to me, Conrad. It breaks my heart, and I mean that with all sincerity. AEW is quality TV, and for whatever reason, people are not watching, and I cannot understand it to save my life. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, no, it's... Is it as good as it was? Do you think they've lost a step since 19, 20, 21? Like,
I mean, they may have lost a step, but it's still quality TV. And anybody who says it's not is ridiculous. AEW puts on a quality show. I'd say out of 4 shows in a month, average, obviously 4 Wednesdays in a month, I think they put on 3 out of 4 good Wednesdays every month. And do you think WWE puts on 3 out of 4 good Raws or 3 out of 4 good SmackDowns? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like, they did just put out those tickets for Wales for Dynamite and Collision over there, and they were the same price. And people were complaining online, I saw, about the ticket prices again, and they were doing it for WWE as well. Should AEW? I think AEW should just reel back the ticket prices a little bit. I'm not saying go broke, but I'm going to Dynamite. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. My ticket was $60.11.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe people when they start talking crazy about all the AEW ticket prices in the States. Their ticket prices aren't crazy. I'm sitting on the bottom row in the hundreds. Like, I'm basically almost on the floor.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But
Buffalo doesn't fill up for that. I've also went to WWE shows, though, where I paid $20 and I was in the exact same spot with Derek. We watched Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. So think about what time period that must have been. I was like, we are really close tonight.
The dark days.
Yeah. Gomez. Yeah, he was up there. He was snapping all right.
Yep.
He was making mistakes. Listen, here's the thing. WWF was not worse than WCW for 83 weeks. I always tell people this. It ebbs and it flows. Things change. People change. Triple H, I feel like he's in a honeymoon period right now with his booking. I listen to Sean talk to people about this, and Sean was starting to convince them, like, yo, they are feeding you trash. Like, listen to me for a second. They've been playing games. And
I don't just stand up on this soapbox and say WWE sucks, WWE sucks without merit. WWE is not a good product, bro. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Oh, Triple H this is I don't know who. Just imagine the most corniest person in the world talking. Oh, WWE just put on the greatest WrestleMania event of all time. And that was under Triple H's watch. What are you talking about, Sean Conrad? Triple H just put on the greatest main event in WrestleMania history. Well, like I said to you before, goofball, if you have the whole Hall of Fame interfere in the match, I could have wrote that.
here's what I'm talking about for call-out stuff, too. Cody Rhodes says he loves AEW in every interview, right, Sean? Why did he make those jokes that he made on NXT? Why did he participate in that segment with Brian Pillman Jr., Ethan Page, and they're all back there, Sean Spears? We all worked at AEW. Like
it beats me. It beats me. If you're saying that you don't make fun of AEW, why would you be a part? That's ridiculous to me.
But then don't say that phony baloney stuff on these interviews, then, bro. Just
that's
I don't
what
want to talk about AEW,
Conrad.
bro.
That's why I said Cody Rhodes, bro. This is why I say Cody Rhodes is not the squeaky clean guy that he claims to be, bro.
Yo,
don't tell me he doesn't make fun of AEW. He does.
Here's the other lies. TNA is working with NXT, right? Joe Hendry, the demo god. He did all this. Joe Hendry was in a battle royal for 15 seconds, and everybody knew his name. Yo, no video package? None of that. I told you that video package was going to come back up. No video package. You just knew who he was. Joe Hendry's been around for years, bro. He was in What Culture Pro Wrestling doing the exact same gimmick. He was in Impact Wrestling doing the exact same gimmick. Joe Hendry's been around. You could have been found who this person was. Jordan Grace, listen, if I'm WWE, I want those people. I'm taking those people. The moment I can, I would do that. What has TNA gotten in return? This is the person in the relationship that's just happy to be there. I'm going to keep saying it. Like, you ever had a friend who like dated up a little bit and it was like, I'm just happy to be here. I don't care if she's like talking to other guys. It's okay.
If World Wrestling Entertainment wanted to make this a relationship that was beneficial to both parties, Roxanne would have lost that title at that pay-per-view. Period.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that, but you get what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
Do I get what you're saying? Of course I get what you're saying.
I'm talking about with the partner example, though.
Yeah,
someone
of
who's
course.
just happy to be there. That is useless in this. Bro, you got Tatum Paxley. You're sending your top-tier people over there, and they gave you Tatum Paxley.
Tatum Paxley. That's pathetic. Yo, I was hoping when I was watching that show that it would be Roxanne Perez that came out, but I must have been fooling myself because when I saw Paxley, it was like, WWE doesn't care about this. WWE is the only company out of these two that are benefiting. They sent you Joe freaking Hendry and Jordan Grace, bro.
Yeah,
Jordan freaking Grace.
The most over people in their company right now.
I hate them so much.
It's frustrating, bro.
They are so freaking selfish.
I want y'all to know why Derek put this in the chat. This is definitely a quote every week when we're watching like wrestling together. I'm like, man, Raw, I'm cleaning up my kitchen and stuff. They'll be like, yo, bro, I'll come and sit back down. Yo, you know it's only 9:30, right? And I'll be like, dude, stop talking right now. It's only 9:30, bro.
And you're right, Deanna, and Kazarian too, bro.
Yo, what up, T Ferg? And I saw John G joined us as well, man. What's good, man? Appreciate
John
you guys.
G, Taz, what up, though?
Yo, T Ferg, appreciate you. Oh, and Kaz was there, yes. Oh, the same Frankie Kazarian y'all didn't remember from Velocity back in the day? Get out of here, man. All I'm saying is be real. If you're a fan of wrestling, just be real with it. Don't start that, I don't know who it is. Let's get into WWE, bro. We got a lot to talk about with this. We're going to try and go speed through this. Here was the end of Raw last week, Sean. We had the Wyatt 6. I'm a horror film fan, so I like this. This was well done. I do have reserve. Where do you go from here? What do you do? I think Delayed Grass mentioned, are you going to address the whole roster and like how everybody got messed up backstage? Is this a dream? How do you put this? What did you think of this?
I thought it was great, but I also think that they left kind of like a window open to be like, what do we do now? I mean, they did kind of murk everybody on like that was listed, right? So, the only person I'm not going to cap. Like, the only person I saw definitively, like with my naked eyes, was Chad Gable. My question is like, just to use Chad Gable as an example. So, how does Chad Gable recover? But that's kind of picking for straws. I'm not going to do that. I thought the debut was great. Thought it was kind of like long overdue. I mean, it's been a long time, but they got it right, but now we got to see what happens next.
WWE does one thing that I will say they do better than anyone else. They can build hype for stuff very well. And that's one thing that I would love for other companies and places to get from them. Build the hype. Now, sometimes it takes too long. We've talked about striking when the iron's hot. Don't wait too long. But they are good at getting people hyped up. Listen, I told you this, and I'll say this every time. For wrestling fans, I don't know who this person is. Y'all are FBI detectives when it comes to these Bray Wyatt videos. Y'all knew everything. I saw longitude and latitude coordinates. Bruh, listen, this ain't global, and I don't have an atlas near me. All right? I don't know how you guys figure this stuff out, but you are super invested in this. Hats off to you. But don't tell me that you can't act like you don't care about something.
Right.
It's there for it. That package is amazing to watch. I do wonder where it goes.
Yeah.
Who did WWE send to All Japan which offended them, which offered them Regal? They're going to bury everyone. Jeez Louise. The Wyatt 6, by the way, I think that's how they're spelling it. I got to see. They said Wyatt's too on SmackDown. Also took out your entire production crew, security, and everybody in Gorilla, not just the wrestlers. SmackDown had extra security. Nick Aldis tried to save them. Everyone, how's everyone doing? Almanac. I don't know about the Wyatt 6 debut. Looked dark. I had to turn up the brightness. Yeah, I don't think they wanted you to figure who everyone was. You could probably guess.
I mean, literally the only person I saw was Chad. Did you figure anybody else besides Chad Gable? I thought maybe I saw Carmelo Hayes.
No, they said that those were all extras, I believe. I think someone debunked that because people were saying, like, I saw Braun, I saw Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes. I think I saw Braun Strowman's name, and they were like, no, those were all just extra people that look similar. Let's go to SmackDown. Hey, how you doing, Phil?
Starting to love this guy.
Hashtag what draft? Yep, that's right. That's right. I got it finally. So the draft means nothing, right? Right? Except I guess in Chicago, maybe for now. Drew McIntyre beat this person within an inch. As soon as he said, I'll see you guys in Chicago, I'm going to update you on my future, I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. He had the jelly donut smeared all over his face, coming from the top of his head. Drew carried him and put a beat down on him and said he'll be at Raw. Even though he quit, he made every show. This storyline I am invested in. I hope this is the main event of SummerSlam. I'm in. I'm invested. This is well done.
I don't like WWE. In case you didn't realize. I know that's kind of a well-kept secret that I have a problem with WWE. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre is good TV. I'm starting to really get in. I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm really, and shout out to CM Punk. CM Punk is injured, ladies and gentlemen, injured, and still making major impacts in the storylines.
Yo, Seth Rollins came back, bro. I forgot to even put that in there. Rollins came back. He's challenging for the title at Money in the Bank.
I'm not going to say a lot except the fact when it comes to Drew and CM Punk have turned themselves into must-see TV. I can't believe – I didn't think I'd be invested, but I am invested.
I told people, though, I've always believed in Drew. Drew McIntyre, I think, is really, really –
I believe in Drew when he's working with CM Punk.
I mean,
does that make any sense?
It does. It takes two to tango, I always say.
Right.
So sometimes it ain't Drew why there was a stinker. Look at this. Clown. I'm going to Clown. As a horror film fan, I love the debut. As a wrestling fan, I want to know how they still have a contract if they walked into work the first day like that, instantly fired. Quills wants to remind everyone WWE does not care about you.
They don't, Quilly.
My favorite thing that somebody put online is said CM Punk was looking at a phone and it said a text message from Bo Diddley. Don't show up to Raw. Do whatever you're going to do on SmackDown. I've always liked you. You treated me well.
Now, a quick question for you, Conrad. I want your insight on this. Now, they're called the Wyatt Six, S-I-C-K. But it's a play on words, obviously. I didn't see 6 people.
So there's 2 things I think you can go with that. Either Alexa Bliss could be number 6, or Bray Spirit is number 6. So that way Bray's always in it.
You know what?
He's always involved.
And that would be cool. Okay. They might have to explain that, though.
They still got time.
Okay.
Now, see, I'm being fair. Don't be.
You are.
Okay, you got time. I'm interested to see where this goes.
Fair enough.
Deanna said, I love the CM Punk thing. We got a Heyman moment. Paul Heyman begging for Paul, what did you want to ask me? take me with you, with his eyes water like he's scared for his life. Heyman's trying to carry this, bro.
Don't be surprised when all this stuff comes to all these hens come home to roost. Don't be surprised. Look, I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. Paul Heyman's the type of guy that if you start to like him, he's gonna go back into his bag and he's gonna say, "How do I get them to not like me again?" Right now, Paul Heyman's getting a few too many cheers, a few too many Paul Heyman guy signs, a few too many, people feeling sorry for him. Don't be surprised if Paul Heyman is strongly with Solo Sikoa and we just don't know it.
This is true. I'm messaging someone in the chat right there. He said cinema. I don't know if you saw that message I had sent you. I said, I can't wait. It's going to be SummerSlam. We're going to be getting the build up. Roman Reigns to the Survivor Series. Roman Reigns looks at Jay. Jay, can we talk for a second? Jay just walks away. Cinema, it's week 7. The look told the story. It's there. It's there.
I got a storyline that would change the face, that would blow the roof off of, that would change the course of the industry. What if Roman Reigns helped Jey Uso win Money in the Bank?
That would be different.
But this is the problem. I got to give shout out to Malik and his podcast and stuff like that, bro. This is the problem, Conrad. If I can write this stuff and you can write this stuff, what are they doing? This stuff writes itself. Okay. Hello, McFly. Here we go. Jey Uso. This is for, hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Levexter. Jay doesn't like Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns is going to have to do something nice for Jey Uso to get back in his good graces. Don't you think that makes sense, Paul? Idiot.
I like McKinney definitely put me on too. Uncle Howdy is wearing the gloves that Bray wore, and he's carrying the lantern. I like that. Ah, yes. Let's get into that as well. Yam bag. Get out of here, Matt. Cracking me up. We did get a debut. Jacob Fatu came to lay waste to Cody Rhodes, and I couldn't have been more happy. Solo was in the corner cowering. I'm like, yo, what is this? What are they doing to my guy Solo? And he started laughing, and I was like, oh, at the moment he laughed, I said, oh no, he's here. Jacob Fatu put a beating on them. And I want people to know this too. Just put this in the back of your mind. We talked about WWE AEW. They're trying to take that Chicago crowd away from AEW. They got Punk, and now they did a big show here, and they gave that debut. Who puts on better shows in Chicago than us, baby? They showed up for work that week. That was the best SmackDown this year.
It was.
I said it. Best SmackDown this year. Jacob Fatu destroyed, bro. Destroyed. He came in the best shape I've ever seen him in. The best shape.
He looked good. He looked like he was ready to rock and roll.
He was on that WWE diet. I don't know what it is.
Steroids? I'm sorry.
I won't say that. Maybe some Rice Krispie treats. I don't know what he's having out there, but he's doing his thing. He was out there crushing it, bro. I'm sorry for new people who listen. There's a lot of innuendos from past shows that if you ever wonder why we say certain things, you'll get it. But what do you think, man? What did you think of the new group?
I loved it. I just don't know exactly what it means as far as the look that they, the other members of the Bloodline gave each other. They gave each other a little look like they were confused when he came out.
Right. I think Solo's making moves without telling people. It's Joe Pesci in Goodfellas.
Or Paul Heyman is making moves without telling people.
Could be. It's right there. They are telling a story, and we know where this story is leading.
Oh boy. All I'm saying is don't put them back together before Jay gets his chance to be world champion.
Let me tell you this as well. Bro, if Jey Uso does not win Money in the Bank, I think it's over. I truly do. Like, this is the last chance you have to do this. And by the way, The Rock's not wrestling in War Games. I'm just letting you guys know that.
Oh, you can put that to bed. There's no way The Rock's wrestling in War Games.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be 4-on-4 if they do anything with this. The question is, where does Rock get his title shot? And I think it might be at Survivor Series. I'm starting to think that now to try to elevate it.
I don't think so. I think it's Royal Rumble.
You think it's Rumble season?
You know why? Because I think The Rock is going to do a CM Punk 2013, which means that The Rock's not going to be able to. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. In this case, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm talking about as far as title duration. He's not going to be on TV every week, right? So you're going to need. I mean, your theory's fine if you feel like they could string along him being champion from November all the way to April. I just think February to April makes more sense.
Yeah, short term.
Yeah.
Get in, get out. But then is the goal to go back to Roman? I know we're talking way, way in advance right now.
Well, Roman's going to win the Royal Rumble.
I don't think that. See, I think your story for WrestleMania is Punk's goal to get to the main event. He's going to have to earn it. I think Drew's going to beat him down in some of this feud, too.
Okay.
Like, I think Punk's going to have to earn where he's got to go.
So you think CM Punk's going after the undisputed title?
No. I think Punk's going to go after the World Heavyweight title, but he's got to earn it to get there.
Well, he can earn it at the Elimination Chamber. I think Roman Reigns is winning the Royal Rumble.
I mean, that's the beauty of when you have two people on two different brands. You just pick the guy, and that was like either Cody or Punk. You couldn't go wrong either way this year.
I think I'm so certain in my mind, in my heart, that Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble.
I love it. And I know Matt knows who he is, but I love that people are, where's the video package? I did see some people asking who he was today, and I saw some fans being nice and showing clips of him. Jacob Fatu's that boy. And he's going to outshine them. I just want to let y'all know that could be your new main event player if he plays his cards right. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, look at that. Solo and Cody at SummerSlam. That is the rumor, sir. I don't write these things. I think we're getting a 6-man. Hikuleo and Zilla. Can you bring 2 more people in?
I don't want them to oversaturate. That's the problem. I understand what you're saying, Deanna, but I don't want them to oversaturate. Like, I feel like it's starting to become like I'm cool with what I saw on SmackDown. I'd sign up for 1,000,000 times. I think it actually makes Bloodline 2.0 watchable because I have not enjoyed them so far. But if you keep bringing it, like, to me, you got to start thinking about us aligning after Jey Uso wins the world title. You have to start aligning the other team now, and you have to have a situation where you got to make it look. To me, it's a no-brainer. Sami Zayn should be on Roman's team. To me, it should be the current members of Bloodline 2.0 versus obviously you add The Rock versus Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn realigns. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think,
and the reason why the numbers add up is for what you said earlier accurately, which is the fact that The Rock will not play in War Games. So to me, The Rock's Bloodline 2.0 minus The Rock actually in the match versus Roman, the Usos, and Sami Zayn. I think that's cinema once again.
Right.
But of course, that's a good idea. So you know what that means.
And who knows who's going to get the name Tala Tonga? Creative geniuses at work here. I saw that name. I was like, what is this? And what Caesar Sikoa is the other one now, too? Get out of here. We'll see. I guess I've heard worse names, I should say. The Rocket War Games, he'd be in a real neck brace in them UFL meetings.
If The Rock ever did do War Games, which I doubt, that'd be so. I give so many props for him. But you'll hear my breakdown of The Rock on Hubbernomics on Friday. Like I'm The Rock has shown me some things that I have to acknowledge. No pun intended.
Deanna said Roman's coming back, and he's headlining WrestleMania again.
After he wins the Royal Rumble.
I mad at it. McKinney said Jacob looked good out there. He belongs. I like how the Tongans shook after he laid out everyone. He won't be at Money in the Bank, so that 6-man tag will be straight up. That's one of the things that was a worry. Sean, we've talked about things that worry WWE folks. That was one of the things preventing him from going there before. Mm-hmm. International shows, I hope that stuff is at the point of falling off so that he can go to those shows.
Right.
I know that
especially with WWE starting to do a lot more international business.
Yeah. So just keep that on there. WWE stealing all the MLW talent. What do you mean? Either working with Noah and all these other places now. We're not a monopoly. There's a reason why they're doing this. It's right there for you. Zilla's doing good on the indies. That's what's up. I just think they got cool names. Like, they could keep their names. You can learn how to say them. Let's get into the news real quick. Kayla Braxton has announced that she is deucing out of WWE. I don't know where she goes from here. Doesn't sound like it's going to be AEW or anywhere else. She kind of gave that indication. I'm wondering maybe Sports Center. That's where a lot of the announcers have left and gone on to. I don't know.
I'd like to make an announcement.
Go ahead.
My girl saw Kayla Braxton on WWE television, and we have agreed that Kayla Braxton is my hall pass.
I just don't want any confusion with my wife.
Kayla Braxton, my fiance, love you, babe, took one look at Kayla Braxton, and Kayla Braxton is my hall pass. She said if I ever cross paths with Kayla Braxton, that it's okay for me to shoot my shot. So, just want to let you guys know that. Okay, I'm done.
It is not okay for me to shoot my shot. So, Kayla, I wish you the best in wherever you're going next. We don't know where that is exactly, but it was sad.
Yes, Deanna. Yes, Deanna. Yes. That is actually a very real thing. Yes. That's part of the reason why she said it's my hall pass, because of what you just said, Deanna. That's why I like you, Deanna. You're very perceptive.
BJ, I'm totally making a guess there. No comment on the other person you spoke of in that.
Oh, would you stop? Deanna's right, and I'm acknowledging yes, Deanna, that's the reason why.
No,
yes,
no, I was talking about
right.
BJ's comment. He put another person's name in there. That
wait, as long as oh,
yeah, she kind of flipped the script.
Okay.
Sean, I'm gonna give you a choice, man. We're either gonna talk MVP next, or we could save the WrestleMania news for last. WrestleMania news is pretty quick for the most part. Let's
go that route.
Let's go WrestleMania here.
Yep.
All right. It was announced today, WWE and Indiana Sports Corporation from 1979, Indiana, where champions are crowned. They will be hosting the Royal Rumble 2025 in Lucas Oil Stadium. They were also promised 2 nights of SummerSlam and 2 nights of WrestleMania in the future. Minneapolis, we're sorry we did this to you again. So that's what they decided to do here. I'm sure Indiana ponied up a lot of money, though, more than most would, to get all of those in. Listen, people don't like to hear this. In America, when people who have legacy money, when they have problems, they throw money at it to fix it. And they're stacking up their bread. That's what they're doing. What do you think? Indy, well, Jocelyn, out of respect for you, I know it's not Indy technically. She made it known before. Get it right when you say, what was it, Naptown?
Well, I am trying to be in Indianapolis for Royal Rumble, so that's something that's on my agenda. Conrad, we'll talk more about that off the air. Try to make some things happen. I hear you.
Not with them prices, they bug you.
But I'm cool with it. But look, the standards and practices of WWE business, they've already shown themselves to be not the most honorable. So let's just hope it actually happens, and then we don't get an announcement it's not going to be in Disney World in about 3 months. Oh, a big announcement. I just want to let you guys know that Royal Rumble 2025 is no longer going to be in Indianapolis. It's going to be at the MGM Grand Studios in Orlando or whatever. But don't worry, Indianapolis, you're going to get back-to-back weeks of SmackDown.
Yay!
So if it does happen, shout out to Indianapolis, but I will never forget what they did in Minnesota.
Also, this might present an issue for me as well. Thank you for bringing that up, Matt. Royal Rumble's in February now. They have moved away from January to avoid.
So they don't even honor tradition anymore, bro.
Yeah, so WrestleMania this year is going to be in the middle of April, and Royal Rumble's in February. Different, we'll say. In this last one, near and dear to my heart, T-Ferg, I know you had mentioned it earlier. MVP was going on a reply spree on Twitter. how come the Hurt Business didn't reunite? And he responded to, I'm guessing his name is Remy J. Not here, and he said Triple H said no. Why? Why would you say no? Why was the Hurt Business like the one faction that we couldn't get back together? Meanwhile, we made tag teams that we were going to split up in like 3 months after we crowned new. I told people I hated them splitting the tag titles. And we're already to the point of, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I have serious reservations about Paul Levesque's motives. I will leave it at that.
Oh, there's another one.
Go ahead.
They took your gimmick and crew and gave it to the Bloodline. That's what happened. You guys were so cool. The suits, the attitude, the gold, and a complete unit. True story.
I have nothing against the Bloodline. Obviously, I'm probably Jey Uso's biggest supporter, so it's not about the Bloodline, but about what MVP responded to. I doubt that he's lying. I believe Triple H.
Rob came in here out of nowhere. 3 consecutive letters in his name. Stop.
I don't know if Paul Levesque is what we think and what people think he is. Okay. And this is, I mean, you can tell the tone of voice. I'm not kidding. This is not kayfabe. This is not me playing around.
Chad's helping you out. That's all I'm saying right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Triple H's life views are, and I would never speculate as such for the benefit of myself and for the benefit of Conrad Cushman, who I would never want to be on the same show as me with me saying anything that is outlandish or outside the box. I have too much respect for him, and I have too much respect for our show. But what I will say is that I don't know what Triple H's motives are. When you think about things that have happened, yes, we can talk about what's been happening under Gomez's watch till we're blue in the face. The bottom line is Triple H has been in charge for 3 years now, on and off, and officially for the last 2, I guess, or whatever it's been. I don't know what Triple H's motives are. I don't know if he's as honorable. And I'm saying I don't know, Conrad. I'm saying I don't know. I don't know if Triple H is an honorable businessman. I don't know if Triple H is fair. I don't know if Triple H sees everyone equally, as if you do this, that, and the third, and you check all the boxes that you get this or you get that. I do know this, though. I do know that the Hurt Business was a very talented group of underutilized superstars that could have been put together to be something special. And I do believe that when the Hurt Business was put together the first time, that they overachieved and made the name for themselves that they made, to the point where if they had gotten back together, it would have made an impact.
It makes you wonder where's Cedric Alexander and oh my goodness, I forgot what they changed his name to. He was in Hit Row though. Ashante the Adonis. I think his name is different now though.
So Conrad, I'm so bothered by this, Conrad. I'm so bothered by the prospect or the possibility of what this is. Thank you, BJ. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we've had conversations about this actually.
So, for me, I'm going to leave it. Like I said, I have so much respect for you as a friend and a colleague that I would not go as hard, as I as I want to go. But Triple H does some really funny stuff, man, and I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, It's
hard to defend for the Triple H. Triple H fans, it's hard to defend.
But I want you to tell me this. I know you were upset at WrestleMania 40 with the Sami Zayn decision, but when I read you that article, did it not seem like he was trying to tell you a story?
Oh sure.
He's telling you if you're not in his plans, he don't care.
Oh sure.
But with Sami, it was like, well, he was over. What are you going to give him? And I feel like he's like, consolation. Come on, I like you. When did Triple H say no? Cedric is where Shelton is gone. Bobby hurt. MVP was on the house show circuit with Omos. So I need to know when they asked to be objective. I don't think it matters, though. Why is MVP not on television?
Why is MVP thank you. Why is MVP growing his hair gray? Because he doesn't even show up on TV anymore.
Why is Cedric? You shot vignettes for this tag team. I remember the video package. You showed it, and they never have wrestled on TV as a tag team.
MVP, and I don't want you to mistake this as being a joke. MVP on social media has fully let his hair. We all know he's a man north of 50. He's let his hair grow gray because he's not on TV, bro. Why pull out the Just for Men? And I know it sounds funny, but I'm being genuine. Why pull out the Just for Men when you're not on television? MVP hasn't been on television since when? How long has it been? Months. And it was only a one-time thing, and it was months before that too.
Yeah. People were excited. I've heard the rumors of people are like, yeah, I hope Pentagon goes to WWE. And then people said to do what? And you can assume what faction you think they're going to put him in. It's one or two. And that's sad. It shouldn't be like that. It should. And I'm sad that people are thinking like that instantly. Yeah. Last we saw, MVP is getting stem cell treatment in Mexico. Good for him if he's feeling better. I'm gonna leave it where it is, Sean. I'm just disappointed in someone saying something like that.
Conrad, you know where I want to go with this.
Well, you've said it before on past episodes. I believe it. Y'all know where it is. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear some in-depth thoughts about this. Let's put this one on here. This one's for Quilly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live tonight. The powers that be are backstage. We don't know what's going to happen. They are going to reunite in the ring. Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo. Vampiro is standing by. What is going to happen? There is chaos. They're calling for all the belts. We're at the MGM Grand. Oh.
Real quick before we get into Nitro, T-Ferg 79, his comment. Mm-hmm. That's such a great point. And let me ask you this, Conrad. Even Hurt Business 2.0, which they ridiculously call the Pride, they were starting to get over too. And since they started getting that momentum, what's happened since then? Just saying. So, yeah, let's get back to Nitro.
This is episode 3 of Who Killed WCW?
Who killed WCW?
Give him that NWOB team, Sean.
Wait, hold on. Okay. NWO. New word.
Let me be Vincent.
Stevie Ray. Horace.
Hulk's nephew. Wasn't that guy in the flock? Yeah, BJ even called it. I have to listen to
the Harris brothers.
This is approaching NWO 2000. So I want to be fair in here. If anyone was around during this time, or if you thought something during this episode, I'd love to hear it. What'd you think of Vince Russo in WCW? Did you have hope back then? Did you know who he was? I really didn't as a kid back then.
I don't think Vince Russo's as much to blame as people like to put on him, honestly. I think he made some terrible mistakes, but who didn't over there from 99 to 2001, right? So I think it was kind of like the writing was already on the wall, and at the end of the day, they just went downhill faster, if that makes any sense.
I mean, they tried to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. That's the best way I could describe it.
And for me, was Kevin Nash that much? I love Kevin Nash as a pro wrestler, but was Kevin Nash that much better as a booker than Vince Russo? Was he that much better?
Kevin Nash was talking crazy.
Kevin Nash maybe wasn't as bad as Vince. It wasn't like, Kevin Nash was knocking it out the park.
let's run through this real quick. That $1 super chat is for the NWO Jobber theme. Thank you, Joel. Thank you.
No problem, Joel. We appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
For real. Deletion.
I'm glad you enjoyed it too, BJ.
McKinney's going back to his point, death by 1,000 cuts. He is sticking to that.
Yep.
Easy E said Bischoff was a feckless leader, and everything he accused TK of being because he won't cut him a check. I ain't saying it's all or part true, but Bischoff got it in his DNA too. Yeah, I think Bischoff's a little he's wilding out a little bit.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like a little bit delusional.
Ooh, E's coming in. Russo was a plant.
Ooh, the conspiracy theories. Okay.
Interesting. So when you look at Vince Russo, he claims when he was the first run, when he first got there, the ratings went up. Not a lot, but they were going up for the first couple weeks. And then standard
Vince Russo was not an idiot. Vince Russo wasn't terrible. He didn't have much to work with over there. Look, you can cherry pick. He made himself world champion. He made David Arquette world champion. You know, the 3 stages of hell cage or whatever they called
Purple cage, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he made it was crap, right? But it was crap before he came. My whole point, it was crappy before he got there.
Like I said, 99 were some rough years. Let's go to,
and Hogan didn't help.
Let's talk Goldberg Brett real quick, because that's during this time period.
Oh boy, I'm so torn on this one, bro.
Oh man. Go ahead, let loose on this. Bill Goldberg basically kicked Bret Hart in the head and ended Bret Hart's career.
I'm torn on only that I want Bret Hart to forgive him for his own peace of mind for his life. Forgiveness brings peace. But as far as the reason why he's angry with him, I don't blame him one stinking bit. Goldberg kicked him, and so I don't care if Goldberg said, "Watch out for the kick." He probably sounded, that's probably how he sounded, okay? I don't care if you forewarned him about the kick. I'm sure Bret Hart maybe even heard him. He said he heard him. But does that mean that Bret Hart should have known that you were going to kick him as hard as you possibly can in the side of the head? Was Bret Hart supposed to think that? Give me a freaking break. And do we excuse the fact that Bill Goldberg really speared everybody every time that he speared them?
Oh yeah, they looked like they were about to go down.
Like, I don't care if Bill Goldberg was inexperienced. I don't care if Bill Goldberg was a football player. Somebody to sit down with that big idiot and say, "This is not football. And if you can't stop hurting people, you can't work here." I don't give that guy a pass at all. He knew exactly what he was doing. Give me a freaking break. He doesn't get a pass from me, not at all. I don't blame Bret Hart for feeling the way he feels. It's reckless. It's reckless, and it's irresponsible.
Yeah, Goldberg should have knew what he was doing better. I know that people want Bret to forgive for his peace of mind. Goldberg shouldn't have thrown a real kick. I blame WCW management, though, for continuously pushing someone. If he was hurting people, I'm sure you heard it from other people. I'm sure people weren't just like, "No, I could take it. It's okay." Wrestlers complain. So they would have been like, "Yo, this dude's really hurting people." Hall told him he messed up. Nash and all them were telling people it fell on deaf ears. Some of the stuff they're right about. Other stuff I think they're definitely wrong about, too, though, and how they handle things, their egos. McKinney said it best. Death by 1,000 cuts. We go up. Let's fast forward to Bash at the Beach. I don't know if you remember this. I'm sorry.
He was right when he did this.
I kind of believe Russo on this a little bit. Why would he lie? And I think Hogan and Bischoff knew, we could get out of this. We can get a bunch of money, and then we're out, bro. And then if he wants me, I'll just stay. What? Eric Bischoff seemed like he didn't care the second run. His hair was gray. As I let me pull up that picture again. Does that look like a guy who cares anymore? He does not care at all. And how does Vince Russo not know who's his boss? And how does Eric Bischoff not know who he is supervising? That's crazy. That's crazy. So here's what happens. Hogan comes out. Jeff Jarrett lays down. They tried to make this off the script real stuff. Hogan puts his foot on him. He wins the WCW World title. Jeff Jarrett rolls out the ring. Russo gets in. You'll never see that piece of garbage here again. Hulk Hogan, I don't like you. I don't remember everything he said. I can't remember the whole promo, but I don't like you. You suck, pal. And we're going to have a real world title match tonight. Booker T versus Jeff Jarrett tonight. And then they did their whole thing. I swear.
That's how he sounds.
Jeff Jarrett.
That's pretty good.
Every time. They go out there, they do the match, and history was made, bro. And to hear the pain on Booker T's voice when Booker, did you ever think you were going to become world champ? This was Booker T's probably only shot at doing this. Before this, he was G.I. Bro and Stang, the fake Sting or whatever they had him doing. They had him doing some wild stuff. And I was like, yo, Booker T was the right person. And this is when I started to enjoy it a little bit more, Sean. I know a lot of people will put it down. I went to a pay-per-view. I went to Fall Brawl 2000. I tell people this all the time. Booker T, Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, Sid, those guys were in the main event. And I was like, it's different. It's better than what we were doing.
You know I'm a Booker T guy.
Yeah. I wish Booker T would get mad about WrestleMania 19 like this. But he put it on Hogan and them. What did it mean if Hogan would have got the title versus me? Why would you kibosh that when that was the plan?
100%. I mean, thank God that it worked out the way it worked out, because Booker T would have never been world champion, like you just accurately pointed out. The whole 5-time, and actually people forget it's 6 times, because he beat Rey Mysterio for the world title also. he would have never gotten that chance. So, I mean, in that way, it's a happy accident, but you know, Hogan was just a selfish guy, man. Good Lord. He was just a selfish guy.
And I always tell people, I believe it. People always go, what does it matter if you have the belts? You're on all the programs. You're going to earn those extra pieces of money that you don't think you're going to get. That's how you get them, by doing this. Bischoff was a great leader. I knew Oberg was whack when William Regal made him wrestle that match and exposed him for being green, yet they still pushed him. Yeah, WCW trainers are to blame also. That is a fact. Shout out to Booker T for winning this, man. I don't know. Russo, I don't know what to say with this. It just sounded dysfunctional is the best way I could put it. I don't think all of Russo's ideas were good, coming out in a Pope mobile, Russo doing foolishness out there. You got Hall and Nash wrestling girls, and then it was just stupid segments to make people laugh. There was some bad stuff.
Pinata!
Oh, dude, and that was awful, too, to do that to JR. Disrespect.
Terrible.
And that's someone who WCW fans, I think, still appreciated then, too. Just wild to do stuff like that, in my opinion.
I'm just saying, I want to be clear. It was Vince Russo's fault, but it wasn't all his fault. That's all I'm saying.
And I think next week we're going to get to, I guess I have to use his real name here, Vince McMahon buying WCW. And we're also going to get to the point. I hope they ask questions of the executives in this. And I know Jamie Kellner just passed away, the person who was partly responsible for canceling, like, I think shows off Cartoon Network, Animaniacs, right. Batman the Animated Series. There's a bunch of people online who don't like him besides wrestling fans. I get it.
Right, because I love Animaniacs.
Yeah, and I love Batman the Animated Series and Animaniacs.
Yeah.
But I hope they ask the right questions, because this deal still seems dirty when you hear everything that went on and the price they got it for and everything that happened. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shadiness that goes into it, and some stories will never be told. I mean, even though this WCW story has been told 1,000 times. And by the way, good job out of The Rock and Vice TV for making a story that's been told 1 million times interesting again. So shout out to them, because the documentary's been outstanding so far. The business lost a lot when it lost WCW. That brings us back full circle to the reason why we should appreciate AEW.
Versus making jokes on when's the AEW special going to be, Rock? Yeah. You better pray you get to keep this around, because me and Sean lived through it once, and that was way too long for us.
Yep.
Way too long.
Yep.
And I know that you said you don't like the 1,000 cuts narrative, but if what is true that their pay-per-views they were giving up a cut to Turner Home Broadcasting Network because that was what was agreed to when they purchased it from Jim Crockett. That's bad too, though. Why wouldn't they get the money they earn for their business? I get if it's losing money, but why wouldn't you give them the money that they've earned? Yes, so imagine how much more money they would have had. So I like I said, I think it's a combo. You can't place it all on someone. You could definitely distribute some percentage of blames, but
there you go.
We'll get into the final part of that next week. We'll have our final version of that. Let's show you what you got coming up on Raw tonight. You've got Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. Wow, what are the new names I actually remember often, surprisingly? Look at Sean. I like that smile from Braun Breaker. I see it.
He's growing. You called it. I mean, I'm not going to act like I've been on this bandwagon. You were on this bandwagon. You created this bandwagon. Last week, I looked at Braun. I was like, not bad.
His spears don't look nice either. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they don't. But I was like, not bad from his characters. I was like, not bad.
We got another Money in the Bank qualifier here. Got some more triple threats.
Shayna I think this is going to lead to the demise of Damage Control because I think
the demise happened episode 1 of Clash of the Podcast. It's been going on since then. It's been going on 95 weeks. The demise of Damage Control.
Let
them win. They need wins.
Touche, brother. Touche.
We'll see if EO makes it or if it's Valkyria. I got Valkyria.
Well, this seems like the year of the underdog. Shayna Baszler might win.
It could be if they wanted to include people in. This is where they give people who never get on the pay-per-views. Yeah, you get Money in the Bank. Yep. Go ahead, Andrade. Have fun, bro.
Yeah,
have fun. And Chad Gable's back. He's got 2 monsters to defeat.
You see the look that I gave Braun Breaker when I was like,
yeah.
Now I'm back to being disgusted again.
We'll see what happens. Monday Night Raw is kicking off now. I'm going to let Sean take us out of here and then let you guys rock out.
Yo, it's really been a pleasure. 95 weeks, bro. 95 weeks in a row. God is good, man. I want to thank the chat for being here with us tonight. Episode 95 of Clash of the Podcast. I want to thank Conrad for being the outstanding professional he continues to be. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the support. Make sure you check out my guy, Derek, and Conrad Wednesday night, 10 p.m. for the AEW Dynamite review.
Not this week.
That's right. Not this week, as a matter of fact. Good point. I'm glad because they will be live at the arena. So this week, they will not be an AEW review. So next week, they'll be back bigger and better than ever for their AEW review. But not this week. They'll be live in the arena, checking everything out. Hopefully, they have some maybe exclusive content to share on their channel. Hopefully, I would think. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. Friday night, 7 p.m. before SmackDown, make sure you check out episode 9 of Hubbonomics. And the subject will be the final boss, The Rock. I want you guys to be very clear. These are 20-minute mini episodes. It's a mini series, and we focus specifically on the time frame for that particular wrestler. So when I say it's going to be about the final boss, The Rock, it's not going to be about Intercontinental Championship Rock. It's not going to be about corporate Rock. It's not going to be about Rock Hollywood. It's going to be about the final boss, The Rock, and everything he's done since he's made his return in 2024. So take a look out for that. Have a Best Boxer of All Time show coming up on the Hubbard Wrestling Wiki channel. I'm going to try and get Conrad on the books for that, hopefully. Go ahead.
2 things real quick. I want to send my condolences to Roy Jones Jr.'s family for the loss of his son. And also want to remind everyone, next week, Forbidden Door Review is going to be on Clash of the Podcast.
That's what's up. Yes, most definitely a big shout out and condolences and prayers to the Roy Jones family for their loss. It's always heartbreaking to bury a child. So, Godspeed to the family. But yes, and the Forbidden Door review will be right here on Clash of the Podcast. So make sure you look out for that. Like I said, Hubbonomics, the final boss, The Rock episode, Friday at 7 o'clock. We will be doing a Money in the Bank review show, recap show, post-game show, live immediately following the pay-per-view on the Hubbard Wrestling Wiki channel. It's going to be myself and the Pro Wrestling Shoots, James and Jesse, and the return of Crystal will be back on the show as well. And then Conrad will be back on my channel for the August 1st SummerSlam preview. Got a lot of stuff going on, man. So God bless. Thank you guys, as always, for being here, and we will see you next week at 6:05. Again, God bless. Be encouraged. Evil never, ever, ever prevails. Until next week, peace.